The AMX 50B is an incredibly strong and influential Tier 10 French autoloading heavy tank. In a matter of 6 seconds, the time it takes a T-62A to reload one shell, you have dumped out 1,200 damage in this vehicle. And it's also quick, it goes 50 kilometers per hour, carries 10 degrees of gun depression. Even now, after Wargaming's buffed it, some very troll turret armor and a very, very strong hull. 50B is an incredibly good tank. However, we're not going to be talking about the 50B. We're going to be jumping down tiers to 9, talking about the 5120. Now, in a lot of regards, the 5120 is better than the 50B. It carries the same gun, and judging that it's down a tier, that's insane. So it has 2,500 DPM, which is a bit less than the 50B with its 3,000, but it still has 2,500 DPM, and it deals 1,200 damage in that exact same 6 seconds. It also carries the exact same penetration as the 50B. So those are 2 points for the 5120 that make it very strong. Does have some big downsides though. Accuracy, oh baby, that is really poor. Mobility though, right on par, goes 50 kilometers per hour. So the 5120 does have some big strengths going for it. And it's nice because when you find yourself stuck in a tier 10 battle, you don't feel like you're absolutely useless. You can trade with a tier 10 heavy. You know, let's say that E100 next to me were to shoot me. I could shoot the E100 back for 1,200. I have the same pen as the 50B. And I would deal double the damage he deals to me. And even though I'm a tier 9, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt a lot. I can beat a tier 10 in a trading battle, especially judging that I'm a tier 9 heavy. So that is where I find the 5120 to be incredibly fun. It does have big downsides though, and the biggest one is the gun depression. Man, 6 degrees of gun depression, oof, it feels really bad. Also, the on-movement dispersion added on with the base dispersion of 0.34 or whatever, it's bad. It's not a very accurate gun. I wish it was a bit more accurate. I think that's the only thing Wargaming really nailed on this vehicle to balance it. Oh, it sucks, I'll tell you that. So right now, we've noticed that there's a 57 heavy spotted at base C, and with that, I'm going to make my way over towards C. Because these tanks have been spotted at C, my TVP decided that he was going to go over towards base A. Now that guy's pushing alone, and I can tell you already that he spotted a Sheridan, which is not good for him, because if there's one tank, yep, there is two. Now I was like, okay, maybe I can get like a shell into the side of this Progetto, but I'm not going to sacrifice my hit points, YOLO over to the medium side, just to save this TVP. Now it could have been a smart idea, but my heavies, I'm going to be honest, my heavies also kind of suck. Now that shell there, that really, really, really sucked. But, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Now, I did notice that the Sheridan was exposed, so I was like, okay, well, maybe I can get a shell into the side of the Sheridan from over here, help out him a little bit. So, there's one shot into the side of the Sheridan, aiming, and, just the gun's accuracy letting me down there. That's a bit of a shame. So, TVP, basically a goner. I think I even type in chat, yeah, TVP, you went alone, so now you're going to die alone. But either way, at this point, I'm just reloading my clips, so I got nothing else to do but to give that guy a little bit of BM. So pushing over here, we got a bunch of heavies and tanks that are losing to the other bunch of heavies and tanks. So I've got the E100. There's one shell into the E100. There's 2 shells into the E100. And 3 shells into the E100. I mean, that's great. We just took about 1,100 hit points off of that tier 10 heavy. Sadly, my E100 bounces the shell in that WZ-111, which means that that guy is a tank I'm going to have to use the shell for. We have 10 seconds left on this reload, and this is where that long reload does feel a little bit painful. I mean, my team is a 7 versus 3 right now, and I know there's going to be people in the comments that tell me I should have gone medium side, but yeah, I might have, but it probably wouldn't have changed what happened over on heavy side. I mean, either side of the map, this team really, really sucked. And that shell, I don't even know where that shell went. Just seems like it didn't like me right now. So what do we have going on? Well, the C100 is pushing up, and hopefully he's going to do something good here. I'm pushing around to the side of the C100, so hopefully there you go. This guy's going to get a shot in. Reloading, 6-5. Come on, this is where that painful reload comes into play. Oh, reload, and beautiful. There you go. He's taken out. Now we've got like the ISU over here. I'm going to get 1 shell into the ISU. Was thinking about that shell, but no. Instead, I'm going to finish off the enemy 57 heavy. Good. That guy doesn't finish off my E100. But what's even more sad is my E100 pulls forward and lets the ISU get a shell into the side of his turret. Mind you not, that's a stock ISU. That's not a Top Gun ISU. With 225 pen, that E100 exposed the flat side of his turret to that ISU. Man, that's sad. All that E100 had to do was survive as well. He would have acted as perfect hit points, but oh well. Kinda sucks. Either way, bounce from the ISU. There you go, another shot in. I'm going to instantly start reloading my clip. But at this point, there's really not much I can do. I mean, we got a full health Progetto, and that's just not possible to deal with, especially with my long clip reload here and the Sheridan still alive. If the D100 had still been not kicking the bucket, probably could have been able to win this battle, but no. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ram the Sheridan, finish him off, and now we're going to turn our turret, and boop, there's one shell into the Progetto. There's 2 shells, and with that, I mean, we did pretty good. We did 4,275 damage. And we also got 6 kills, which shows you just how useless my team was in this battle. Not only were my heavies useless, but also my mediums were. So, I don't know what to say. My TVP did 944 damage, died very quickly. He didn't even have a bad win rate. I just don't know why he pushed so aggressive. All that guy realistically had to do was stay at that back bush and wait for the enemy to come to him. Instead, he decided to YOLO out into base A, thinking that that would be a smart idea. And, well, he learned for it. The mediums are never detected, and I can't really say that was a smart idea. My heavies, they just kind of sucked. I can't really say they pushed the wrong way. They just kind of died. The E3 fell apart. The E100 turned his turret sideways to a stock ISU. Oh boy. Either way, what do we have now? Well, let's take a look. We got a 60 TP, IS4, Grandong, Leopard 1. You're going to watch a bunch of hectic battles start here. Now, one thing about the 5120 is, as I said, it's fast. And honestly, I was willing to take a trade from this guy, but he bounced me. But I was very willing to take a trade from this object 268 just so I could get 2 shells or 3 shells back into him. While we didn't get the 3rd shell out, even if he had penned me, we still dealt a pretty decent chunk of damage there, 756. That would have out-traded what is a tier 9 tank destroyer. And judging that I have more hit points, that's definitely worth it in my mind to win that trade. Now in this scenario here, we got the 60 TP and the Yag Tiger off to the side. I noticed the 60 TP fired, so we're going to get 1 shell into his lower plate, and we're going to go for 2 shells into his lower plate. But you'll notice, man, is the gun depression bad on this vehicle. I mean, look how bad it is. This guy, that was just a skill issue on his part. And the Yag Tiger actually shot me over the Yo for some reason. That was shooting him the entire game. I don't know about that, but okay. I'm going to back up because obviously I got a long clip reload here. So that Yo, he's doing his job. He's getting shells out. He does need the backup though. Oof, yeah, he still gets hit quite hard by that 60 TP. Now you're going to watch the gun depression on this vehicle really suck right now. We're going to get to the side of this guy. We're going to get 1 shell into the side. Okay, nice. And there you go. I literally do not have enough gun depression to shoot. That shell went into the engine deck of the 60 TP because I didn't have enough gun depression to actually shoot the hull. Pretty sad, not going to lie. Now we've got the Leopard over here, and as I said, this battle gets quite hectic. So we got a Leopard, and this Leopard's obviously trying to clear the Yo, so I just need to squeeze my body past the 60 TP. But now I'm thinking, well, I can just clear this guy. I mean, he's pretty easy to clear. I'm way more mobile than him, so goodbye. Thank you for your hit points. Then we got the M6 show and the Leopard 1 over here. And wasn't this a weird battle? I don't really know what to say about it. But hey, you got to see where the clip is strong. There's 1 shell into the Leopard. Let's give him a bit of a ram, and there you go. A nice win. 3,369 damage in a short 2-minute and 25-second game. I love the abilities this tank has. The damage potential is great. Even though we didn't have the gun depression to shoot that 60 TP in the hull, which is quite depressing, you can still see where this vehicle seems very, very strong. I personally really like the AMX 5120. It's a vehicle I've always liked, and it's, sacrifices a lot just for that gun and mobility. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll be honest though, not every battle in today went great. I mean, I started off, you can see I'm about 50% in this tank. Had a 2042 loss here. Team was, ooh, that doesn't look good at all. Then we had a pretty good, or average battle, should I say, 2,000 damage. And then, yeah, I had these ones here. And, yeah, these battles didn't go great either. 3,974 damage loss on that Fort Despair one. And then we find her... Oh, wait, no, that was the Vineyards one. Yeah, that team sucked on Vineyards. Okay. Well, either way, AMX 5120, it's not a bad vehicle. Sometimes your teams aren't great. And this vehicle does not do well when your teams don't do well because it doesn't have flexibility. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.